of the National Seminar Space 3.0, Empowering Innovators and Startups in Space. Light is the enemy of nature. In the right light, at the right time, we Thank you, sir. Let's now invoke the blessings of our Tamil Thai. Kindly raise for invocation. Thank you so much. வானை அளப்போம் கடல் மீனை அளப்போம் சந்திர மண்டலத்தில் கண்டு தெளிவோம் என்று அன்று பாடிய நம் பாட்டுக்கு ஒரு புலவன் பாரதி ஒரு தீர்க்கதரிசிதான். Yes, the space odyssey of ISRO from Aryabhatta has proven his words. The sky has been closely associated with us right from our childhood days. Either it be the twinkling stars or the spectacular color of the sky. You can find innovation everywhere. Given by Bill Gates on his visit to India, innovation is the key to success. And you know what do all these successful entrepreneurs? They have a common habit, that is reading. They read books. You know what? The successful entrepreneurs like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, who is CEO of Facebook, Warren Buffett, all has reading habit. They try to read a book, at least a book a week. Now, if you flip the pages of science, Indian scientist Chandrasekhar Subramanian, who revolutionized the stellar concept, that is the life of stars, was a voracious reader. That means his reading speed was up to 100 pages in an hour. Engineers, reading is very important. So let's read like there's no tomorrow. With these words, we are moving ahead of the agenda. We cordially invite our Rector, Professor Dr. K. Sir, to welcome the August gathering.
அரங்கில் அமர்ந்திருக்கும் அனைத்து உள்ளங்களுக்கும் எனது இதயம் கனிந்த வணக்கம். Distinguished Chief Guest for this morning, Sri Gokul, respected Chancellor of this University, Professor Vasagam, respected Additional Registrar, Professor Cyril Raj, distinguished faculties, distinguished scientists and speakers, guests of honor, invitees, delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It's with immense pleasure I extend a very warm welcome to our chief guest, scientist the Gokul. He is from Sriharikota. I am so delighted inviting you because practically he has involved in his service more than 50 rockets he has launched in Sriharikota. That is kind of experience he has. The scientists we have, the engineer we have, the technologists we have, all combined, he is contributing for the development of these ISRO activities. So on behalf of our university and on behalf of all delegates, once again I welcome Sri Gokul for this gathering. Also, I extend a very warm welcome to all the distinguished speakers for this today's seminar. Yesterday we had a very elaborate presentations by Mr. Narayanan, by Sri Dr. Pillai, Sri Nilesh Desai. The content of the Nilesh Desai he is recording and he will send it to us. Once it comes here, we will forward to all the delegates. Dear delegates, you may be interested to know what level of our MGR University is organizing space activities. 22/12/21, we signed an MOU with the Indian Technology Governors Association, which is an independent body, NGO, organizing the 75th year of independence celebrations. Our Prime Minister announced in the United Nations General Assembly on 25th September of 2021 that India is going to celebrate the 75th year of independence. In commemoration of the celebrations, I propose that 75 satellites developed by our students will be launched. So we also requested one to in that mission, and we got into the mission, and we are one among the 75 satellites being developed for this mission. And I proposed to our chairman, immediately he agreed that we can go ahead about it. Even I thought the expenditure may go up to 5 crores, he is really agreed. So from that day onwards, we selected around 65 students in 2 batches. All these students are given training in ITCA. They visited the units, the companies who are manufacturing the satellite components in Bangalore. We visited Newtech Aerospace Limited, Alpha Design companies, etc. And these companies, practically, they explained to us how the components are being manufactured, and our students are given training there. And all conferences conducted by ISRO, ASI, CII at Bangalore, our students attended the conferences. So that way our management, university authorities are encouraging these activities. We have a proposal to start BTech in space science and technology very soon in this university. Probably we will be the first university to start a course by the time. Also, continuing that, M.Tech Space Science. Why we are proposing the course, if you come to know, that this year, Government of India has allotted 1 lakh crore rupees in their budget for the development of space activities in India. So the great funding, 1 lakh crore. Again, you can imagine how many thousands of employment is going to be taken place. The field is going to expand like anything. Dear students, capture this opportunity. When we studied, there was no computer science department at all. There's no course at all. Afterwards, the computer came in. Millions and millions of students have joined in the computer course. They are contributing for the development of this nation. Our software export is going $200 billion. India is the 4th country in the world developing the software exports in $200 billion. That is actually because of the students who took the course and excelled themselves and contributing for the economy of this country. The same level, now the space activities are coming. So, now India's share in the economy of space system is only 2%. We have a plan another 10 years time. The economy, India, the space economy have to increase to 8%. That is around $450 billion is the target for us. If you look at it, we have a massive planning in this field, and so once we start the BTech course, and many colleges will start the BTech course. And I am sure that the students who are here attending the space program will definitely tomorrow become scientists in ISRO, scientists in NASA, and scientists in all aspects you are qualified. Yesterday, Rohanathan was telling his students, the students trained by him, working in European Space Agency and monitoring some other organizations. So like that, I am sure my students will definitely shine nationally and internationally after having experience in space activities. So this is a beginning. The seminar is a beginning. I request all the delegates from other institutions also, you are always welcome to interact with our space center. Our space center is in the 5th floor of this building. Anytime you can walk in, morning 10 to evening 7, and we are ready to guide you, help you, and motivate you. With these few words, I welcome all of you for today's session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sculpting your words on space exploration. The energy introduces you before you speak. We have with us an energetic person whose energy is contagious, who is our inaugural speaker, Engineer D. Gokul, Senior Scientist from ISRO. We now request Professor Dr. Kavita to introduce the speaker.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, executives, head of departments, and student faculty members and my dear students, a very good morning to all of you. It's a really immense pleasure for me to introduce the chief guest of today, Dr. D. Gokul, Senior Scientist of Space Center, ISRO Sriharikota. Engineer D. Gokul is an enthusiastic individual who worked at various levels in quality projects, research and development area at Satish Dhawan Space Center, Indian Space Research Organization since 2008. He is presently scientist, Deputy Secretary Driving, System Reliability, a group of Solid Propellant Booster Plant in SDSC SHAR, ISRO. He is acting as a project manager for small satellite launch vehicle in solid motor assembly, testing and launch operations. He is acting as the Honorary Secretary for the Institute of Engineers of India, Tamil Nadu State Center, 2023 to 25. He has many accolades to his credits. Young Scientist Merit Awards for their outstanding initiatives with an innovative approach and service delivery by Indian Space Research Organization ISRO in the year 2018. Youth Icon Leadership Award 2022 by Institute of Engineers, Tamil Nadu State Center in the year 2022. He is awarded Mondolo Youngest Engineering Award by JMAC and UNESCO in 2008 and 2009 and EWB Green Award by Engineers Without Borders India in the year 2008. His project proposed on development of low-cost, low-maintenance mobile solar tech for water purification presented in the International Montilog Award, recipient of Silver Award of Euro 2000 for the implementation of project by JMA, Chrysler and UNESCO. He has 45 papers published in various national and international conferences, addressed more than 30 guest lectures at various prominent institutions. Bella Institute of Technology, Dubai; Sharjah India School; Sharjah India Institute of Technology, Madras; Indian Institute of Technology, Mumbai; National Institute of Technology, Calicut, and so on. Really, we are very much privileged to have you here, sir. Thank you.
It's time to honor our guest speaker, for which we invite the dignitaries.
Sir, one second, sir. Okay, thank you. கீழே வச்சிருமா இல்லை அங்கே மறைக்கும் Tamam, save the
very good morning to all. Vanakkam. Yeah, so I am seeing, I think we started just 10 o'clock, right? The energy level is very low. We have a session till 6 o'clock. Anyway, yesterday some postponed sessions also going to be added up today. So definitely I think addressing youth always makes us so energetic. And first of all, I should thank Dr.MGR University for making this event, because I think to cross something like industry 1.0 to 2.0, I think it has taken some decades. And now I think we are already in industry 4.0. Same thing I think today, I think the space, the event what is going is 3.0. Maybe I think within a year, I think our lecturer has taken that challenge in making, I think every year 1.0 to 2.0 and now 3.0. And he has brought so much of veteran speakers in front of you. It is nothing like bringing all the speakers and making you listen the lecture, not like that. It is something I think how you get utilized by every people. Because that is very important right now. I think India is pioneer in space and we have been traveled across the globe. And definitely I think it always makes everybody has a good sense. Definitely, so if you see the statistics, I think only one organization, I think in India, I think would have traveled something 15 lakh kilometers, nothing by ISRO. I think we have taken our Aditya L1 launch almost to the L1 point, which is something around from the ground station to there is 15 lakh kilometers. So such a powerful satellites and rockets we made, and we have been taken for various studies in the interplanetary mission. So these studies and all is nothing like taking a rocket and viewing in the TVs and clapping your hands. It's not so. How you are going to utilize from all this technology, all this data, that is very important. Only, I think India is the second nation after US. I think ESA is also developed a satellite towards studying the sun. But India is only one nation, I think it has gone with its own indigenous technology and taken to L1 point and studied a lot. So that is a very proud moment that we need to see. But nevertheless, I think if you try to see, I think maybe yesterday I think we have veterans like our Dr. Shivadana Pillai sir was there, Dr. Narayanan sir was there, and Nilesh Desai sir was there. Today also we have eminent speakers and from our Subramanian sir is also being come here, veteran scientists. So you are going to get a knowledge for, but definitely I think we should know about the history. Maybe everybody knows about yesterday PPT itself, what ISRO is doing about it. But definitely I think this is something like we need to take the history and we have to throw it to the next generation. So that is like ISRO is doing a lot. That is what we have been seeing. Maybe when you started seeing somewhere like from 1947 to till today, the journey of ISRO is something like we have learned so many success stories and it becomes a case study for entire world. And more veterans people have won, especially you can see Vikram Sarabhai sir, or Satish Dhawan sir, or Abdul Kalam sir, and many more like our current chairmen. I think they are all dedicated and they have given so much of leadership power and with lots of teamwork, I think today ISRO is on the top notch. But this would have not happened, I think, without our forefathers, because Britishers ruled almost 200 years, somewhere from 18th century till to 1947. But before that itself, I think like 17th century itself, I think there is like a gene which is attached to us. That is what we can try to see. Yeah. So if you try to see, I think this is nothing like Tipu Sultan. I think yesterday maybe Shivadana Pillai sir, I heard that he has concluded with this slide and initiating with this. Somewhere at 17th century, I think there was a rocket which made with gunpowder and it was launched to attack the British people when there was a Mysore Wars happened. See, I think almost we result like something very new to the rocket technology. It is already there in our gene. How Tipu Sultan would have done all this gunpowder initiation, how he would have designed the rocket, nobody doesn't know. It would have been documented, definitely I think India would have taken much more bigger side. But the gene is injecting in us, that is what today I think even the 75 years of independence, we have been something like a very slow racer. But now I think we are in the top modes, in the top 5 countries if you see, so it's always there and India has been proud on that. So that is very important and this journey is not started very easily. You see 1947 when we got independence, I think the one important you all should know, I think in 1945, I think because of the Mahatma Gandhi's complete freedom struggle was going on, Winston Churchill was being in London and he said, I think there's a big fight is going on, big struggle is going on at India, especially with a person called Mahatma Gandhi. I think he's not even fighting with us. He's just very calm and he's doing high aims of poratam, like how they have to get independence. So nevertheless, I think we have to give an independence. But Winston Churchill said, definitely I think we will give independence because India is not going to be united together. They said, you see, I think how many languages are there, how many food patterns are there, how many cultures are there, and there something like each state is having a kind of a different country. How Europe is faced, like European countries are there. Similarly, India is also there. So definitely, I think when we give, I think maybe 10 years or 20 years after that, they are going to separate each other and they are going to form a country. But we show to the world that after 75 years of independence also, we are united and we stubborn to world that everybody of Indians is something like we proudly see from Jammu and Kashmir to Kanyakumari, it is a proud of Indian. So that is what we just broken their pieces, what 1945 Winston Churchill said. And 1947 we got independence. I think when they give independence, definitely I think they have not given any kind of wealth. They just eroded completely. You know, if you go and see, so much of jewels and bookisms, everything they have taken back from our nation to UK. Still, I think we are not thinking about the coin, something like very precious, the metal, noble metal, which we have also given to them. But only one asset they are given to is human asset. That's the brain of us. So they just given something around 40-50 crores of people, might be 60-70 crores of people in India, and they left and they went back. And from 1947, when we got the independence, I think we started making restructuring of India. So maybe lots of prime ministers and so many leaders have initiated that. And ISRO has born somewhere in 1961. So they thought like why ISRO is required. I think it's again a story. Maybe like Vikram Sarabhai, who was the founder of Indian Space Program. And he like wanted to do some study on the magnetic field at Tumba, and it was initiated by the NASA. So when he is a physician, I think that was like initiation where like he started looking up, like a different picture of the space program. How many of you seen Rocket Boys? How many of you seen Big Boss? Recently, Big Boss not. Many of you would have seen. Who is the winner of Big Boss? Right? Maybe in Hindi. Andhra. So you see the fascinating, I think we will be very much rich in seeing Big Boss, which is nothing. It is just like a small game show, that's an entertainment show, but we spend a lot of time. There's one serial has come, Rocket Boys. I think you should see that, where the Vikram Sarabhai as well as Homi Bhabha and as well as Abdul Kalam sir, everybody has taken Indian space program in different picture. See, we cannot just narrate it and putting in the PPT. When you see something on the video, the momentum, definitely I think you will see the pioneer leadership what they have started before independence. Homi Bhabha is something like very pioneer leader. I think he just given a challenge to the entire world that we can able to develop a nuclear reactor. Same Vikram Sarabhai, like a Gandhiji, I think he started it very slowly. But he said, yes, India is going to achieve that. That is what we are seeing as a visionary statement. I think somewhere in 1960 itself, he has given a visionary statement, says that the space program, whatever we develop, I think it should go to the last man of India. That is very important. It is not like I am developing a satellite, I am developing something resource, and it should go to use only for the bigger crowdbody like Ambani or Adani or Tata Birla. It should go to the common persons who should have been able to take the technology. That is what we are giving it right now. You see the fisherman, I think, who was going inside the ocean. It's a very big cluster, right? Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean. If you see, I think coming back is very difficult. But it has taken a long day that they have to enter into the sea and they have to capture the fish. It's been 10 days or 20 days. After getting it, they are coming back. But today, I think it is not so. The satellites are tracking the fisher community where the abundant of fishes are there and they are giving a proper information. They are going and taking it back. That is what the visionary statement what Vikram Sarabhai has given the day of 1961, we could be able to achieve that. If you see, I think when he started that 1961, I think Vikram Sarabhai, I think it has taken almost 20 years for us to develop a rocket. Maybe I think we have a Siva Subramaniam sir is there who is going to narrate it. How they, I think he is all like our mentor and the veteran who have been toiled and they lost their younger life. The one person I think you always see the people's president of APJ Abdul Kalam sir. I think he entered into ISRO 1960, I think till 1980, 20 years of his young period, he completely dedicated for Indian space program. If you would have not developed one small rocket of SLV, today I think India would have not taken a bigger step of launching PSLV or GSLV. He toiled his complete young period. Do you want to do that? It's become a question mark. You all will think at the age of 15 itself, I want to become crorepati. How I have to make money, how I have to buy a car, how I have to take up houses, where I have to settle up in US or UK or Western. But that dedication is what we have seen in 1960 is so important because that is the patriotism. When 1947 British people left us with only a human asset, they started restructuring the India in a different perspective. So he initiated a space program of various aspects and Abdul Kalam is one of the pioneers to bring up one first launch of Project Director SLV, the satellite launch vehicle. I think a big team was working under him and 1979 I think we launched the first SLV and when you try to see I think in 1980 I think we have made the first SLV to be on success. And if you try to see, this is what the history of ISRO. ISRO has not developed just like that. Today you have a very big car, very big, like a bigger vehicle which can carry some tons of vehicles or of a rocket or propulsions or anything. But you see the days we have carried our rocket in a bicycle. And we have taken a satellite in the bullock carts. So that is that we try to see wherever the opportunities are there, we have to grab it. It is not that I will be waiting here. When somebody like teachers give me a notes, then only I will study, nothing else. When some opportunities comes, I think you have to grab it and you have to run behind it. Today, you are all just seeing in the TV and clapping your hands that ISRO has landed Chandrayaan 3 on the moon and showing proudly it is not just like an overnight dreams it has happened. Our 75 years of dreams it has happened by this starting of cycle. And that is the success what you are seeing here where Abdul Kalam has made his own rocket in 1979 and you can able to see the Satish Dhawan who is like the veteran of chairman. And again you see the Satish Dhawan, he was a chairman after the demissions of Vikram Sarabhai. Immediately I think Satish Dhawan sir has taken as a chairman. And he was holding two important positions. One as a chairman of ISRO, another is Director of IAC Bangalore. And both is the biggest organization in India where it is developing a huge scientist from IAC Bangalore. Again, they are making so much of space program in ISRO. And you see, in both organizations, you would have earned something like per month itself, something nearly 1 lakh, 2 lakh, you would have earned it. But he got only 1 rupee in working in ISRO as a token of appreciation. He don't want to take it up. If today, if you see, I think people are running behind the money. They're thinking that where I get an opportunity to earn lakhs of lakhs, shall I go and settle up in Google or Microsoft or IBM or Facebook, where every month I need something like 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 12 lakhs. But that is not real development what it's to be for you as well as for the nation. So this is the development what they have dedicated themselves. So maybe with this rocket, I think SLV when it was launched in 1980, I think that was the important mission what we have given to the nation. And through SLV, I think there is a second level of ASLV was initiated. So that is nothing but augmented satellite launch vehicle. If you are trying to say, I think there are 4 or 5 launch vehicles have been put up here. So ASLV, when we try to make it up, I think maybe we've seen so much of failures. You see, after the success of SLV, the entire world started seeing in India a different picture. 1947, we got an independence, almost something around 33 years after the independence, the first rocket has been taken up. But before 1980, I think there was big races going with Americans and Russians. There was a continuous rocket is flowing. Even they couldn't be able to get a proper foot, but they said rocket is going because it has become a big race for them. Who is going to reach first to the space? Russia has reached. Immediately the Americans people started tapping the government. When Russia could be able to take up a rocket and put it in the orbit, what are you doing it? Then immediately Americans started. We have to go to the moon first. They made Neil Armstrong, they landed on the moon and they came back. But that is again the biggest question mark. What really happens, we don't know till now. But during that period, India is developing its own small development of industries, hospitals, schools, educations, and we have so much of we had a big problem on the food grains, and there is the green revolution was initiated. Along with that, the technology-based ISRO also was initiated. And when we launched SLV, I think the total world turned up and seen who is this country who has launched rocket. Without any support from anybody in the world. Maybe we got some support from the Russians, but definitely the indigenous rocket made by our Abdul Kalam sir, the world started seeing it. But after that, we started making augmented satellite launch vehicle, that is ASLV. When we tried to launch, I think first launch failed, second launch failed, third launch also failed. You see, continuously when 3 launches failed in somewhere in 1990, each rocket something cost around 50 to 100 crores, and you were just like that, launching the rocket, putting it to the sea. Launching the rocket, putting it to the sea, 300, 400 crores, we lost it. What does the press, media, and the entire world will see in India? I think we faced very huge difficulty, but definitely the Prime Minister of India has given so much of encouragement. And then Rajiv Gandhi was visited at Sriharikota, and he said, you continue your job, government is there with you. We doesn't worry about the failure. So that is the biggest support given by the government. And always we say that the failure, whatever we have seen, it is all lesson learned for us. The 3 ASLV, whatever the failure, one failure we lost something, we have seen the dynamics level, we have seen the software clunches, we have seen really like a kind of maybe our Vascom sir have been there and he knows about the issue, what is behind it, ASLV. And that all we have taken as a lesson learned and we developed another newer launch vehicle called PSLV. So you are seeing the PSLV also first we have launched was failed. There was a software clutches. So you see continuously 4 launches failed. So who will agree that ISRO program should stop? Nobody will agree, including you people, because Indians are always emotional. If Sachin Tendulkar has become a zero or he duck out or India is not winning, I think immediately will throw the throw. Yesterday, I think the veteran speakers would have said that when we traveled in the bus after the failure of the launch, people have thrown the stone also. People used to say in the buses. But because we are emotionally connected, hey, this much money we are giving, you would have given for industry. Why we would have developed so many industries like that, politicians will talk, medias will talk. But we never given up. After PSLV first failure, we learned the lessons and we started our journey from the second PSLV till today of PSLV C2K we were success. That is the biggest level of achievement what we have given it. Today PSLV we say that it is a workhorse of our launch vehicle. Yes, if it is takes off from our soil of Sriharikota, it will put the satellite into the orbit. That much of reliable rocket what we have made it and we have given to the entire world. The 200 years the Britishers ruled us, they have taken away all our wealth. He is bringing his own satellite. Can you launch our satellite in your rocket? You see, that is the backup we have taken back. That is the 75th year of independence what we are giving to the entire nation. So that we always say the asset of our nation is none other thing. It's only like a human brain and the Indians. So from the journey of PSLV, I think we started with the GSLV. Again, we have entered into GSLV Mark III. If you see what is the difference with all these 3 vehicles, you can just take a small example. You see, you wanted to travel from Chennai to Bangalore. I think you can always travel with the various amount of vehicles. Maybe bicycle you can travel with car, you can travel with train or as the aeroplane. But the quantum of people, bicycle I think only 2 people can take up, right? Car you can carry some 4 people, whereas in train you can carry something around 600 people. Same way, each launch vehicle, the carry of a payload is differentiated. If you see PSLV can carry only 1.5 ton of satellite, whereas GSLV 2.2 ton of satellite, whereas Mark III 5,000 ton of satellite, 5,000 kg of satellite, sorry. So, by increasing the payload, I think we have augmented the rocket also. So when we made our PSLV somewhere in 1993 and we have launched, I think we can only carry something 1,500 kg of satellite. For making some 2,200 kg of satellite, we need to launch 2 more rockets. You see the cost of rocket something around 200-300 crore, we cannot augment it. And again, we need to travel to G2 orbit, geosynchronous orbit. So that is something around 36,000 kilometers. So we have gone into the new rocket called GSLV Mark II. And GSLV Mark II also again we have so much of a lesson learned in that. I think cryogenic engine, which was not developed as easy. Every technology has taken something like 10 years of period. We have got the technology from Russia and we have made re-engineering study from somewhere in 1999 to 2000 year. We completely induced to make a new indigenous rocket cryogenic, but we were able to success somewhere in 2014. 2009 we launched with the first indigenous cryogenic, we failed it. When it has gone upper atmosphere, it has not ignited. And again 2014, I think when we launched with our indigenous cryogenic, it was success. That is again, we become a master in cryogenic technology also. And that has all given a new boost for making a new launch vehicle called GSLV Mark III. That is the heaviest launch vehicle in the complete world, as we are third number 3 in the world of making a biggest launch vehicle in India. GSLV Mark III can carry something around 5,000 kg of payload. Even Chandrayaan 2, Chandrayaan P were lifted by GSLV Mark III. And even today, I think OneWeb, which was launched by the Airtel, I think they have brought it to India something, we launched something, 72 satellites. It is almost, we earned government something 1,500 crores return back. So that is the launch vehicle, we have made it. Again, every launch vehicle has its own history, has its own technology, and each launch vehicle has something like a lakhs and lakhs of dynamic components. A small components failed, the entire 200 crores or 300 crores will smash out. We have seen such a failure in the GSLV Mark II. But why we are trying to do all these satellites, I think we have to see the very important, I think, for making a satellite to launch. See, there are 4 important satellites we have made it. One is remote sensing, communication, navigation, interplanet emission. So remote sensing, if you see, there are so much of applications are there. One best example, weather monitoring. Maybe 2000, at the time of 2000 or 2005, I think when cyclones comes and lift our place, I think so much of life loss will be there. Today I think it is not happening. Even December we got a cyclone, which was very slow rate it is coming. We don't know when it is going to landfall. But the satellite is giving precise data. It has given at what time, what place, which location the cyclone is going to attack. Such a precise data is given so that we can evacuate complete humans, and we said to the nation that no life loss has happened because of satellite technology development. See, that is the indirect way of we are getting so much of benefit. And it's not only weather mapping, the minerals, the water technology, the building of a new city, and so many areas. I think remote sensing is pioneer. And today India, again we say it's number 1 nation in pioneering remote sensing. Maybe thanks to our Vasagam sir, I think maybe in 1980s and 1990s, their initiation only today we are all sitting in the inside the room and we are enjoying the satellite technology. If you switch off 1 day and 1 hour of the satellite, all the satellites of Indian satellite, you will just miserably, you will lack of communications. Your mobile phone will cut off, your banking technology will shut off, your navigation, everything will cut off. You will not know what is really happening. You will get panic. What has happened more than the COVID, I think it will happen because somebody sitting somewhere in 36,000 kilometers, they are monitoring, they are giving the data what really we wanted. And again, I think various applications are there. Maybe you would have got it from our eminent people. Yesterday, I think our Prasad sir and many people have completely they given about satellite applications and the mechanism. So again, like we have not only like keep making like 1 year, if we made some PSLV or some satellite, we have enhanced our improvement. Today, I think somewhere 600 kilometers we put our satellite. I think it will take you photographs of 1 meter, not even 1 meter, some 500 meters, 0.5 meters of resolution photos. Sitting somewhere 600 kilometers taking away, that is development where ISRO is going on. So when you try to see the SLV launches, we made PSLV, we made GSLV, we are becoming so much of importance on the satellite. Somewhere like last 25 years of independence, somewhere 1997 to 2023, the pioneer development of ISRO is very, very huge. But before that, if you see, I think India has launched its own rocket. India has entered into all the 5 missiles of Agni, Prithvi, Nag of intermediate, like the refined sector, and we have also get inside somewhere in the program. And 1997, the 50th year of independence, I think the total world has seen India in different picture because any technology which we have to expose, it's only because of space, difference and atomic. In the space, I think we started using solar panels somewhere in 1980s itself. When Aryabhatta something is launched, I think we use solar panel. Till today, I think we are talking about solar energy. How we can harness, can we able to put it in our houses or in the college or anywhere, but it's not happening yet. But any technology we wanted to utilize like a higher most, it comes first to the space technology, all the different technology. That is where the complete world started seeing when India could be able to launch its own rocket, it has its own defense system, it has its own atomic the testing methodology. We need to see there is something, a precious Indian assets are there in India. That's all you people and we. They started seeing there are so much of youth Indians are there. They have started seeing India in a different perspective. Definitely another 25 years, they are going to become topmost 30 countries, topmost 10 countries in the world to achieve in all the pioneer. That is what the IT revolution started. Do you think like IT people just like that they entered and they started giving you jobs and all? Nothing else. They've seen all this technology, pioneer achievement. This achievement directly or indirectly given us so much of opportunity to open the pathway. And because of IT, thanks to IT, otherwise I think so much of engineers would have lost their job. They would have not got the jobs rather than IT. Today, IT has said something around 30 billion exchange is happening because of IT field, and this is all initiation by this technology. And the very important, I think, when we started all these things, I think one important mission we initiated somewhere in 2008 is none other than Chandrayaan-1. Because we started taking up remote sensing satellite, we made communications, and we also initiated navigation. But India again started seeing why only like the Americans or Russians has to go to moon, why not we? So we initiated the first mission of Chandrayaan-1. Maybe our project director Manisha was the project director of it. And the first attempt, I think the payload what we have wanted to make it up, whether the water molecules is there in the moon or not. We attempted it and we found that water is available, and we said to the entire world that yes, our satellite of Chandrayaan-1 shown there is a water molecule which was accepted by the entire space agencies like NASA or ESA or by the Japanese or by the Russians. So that is the pioneer success what we have initiated, and so many people would have taken their own satellite in the first attempt, it would have failed, but we have made as a success. And again, there are so many of calculations are there. It is not overnight we have not done it. It is so much of orbital calculations are there. So much of satellite mapping is to be done, and we need a huge support from the deep space network. All this has been carried out in 2008, and we have shown to the world yes we have done it. And these are the orbits how we could able to reach to the moon. And this is the first moon image. So we are seeing moon from here, something like a silver plate vision, but the appearance of moon is like that. That's the first Chandrayaan-1 has taken, and which has given a beautiful way for us to make Chandrayaan-2. So Chandrayaan-2, I think many of us would have been studying school and you would have seen 2019 what has happened. So we want to take a rover, we want to make a lander, we want to land it up, but nevertheless I think 2.8 kilometers we missed the opportunity of landing it. But we only said to the moon is you are going to be here for millions of years, you will come back. So we came back by the 5 years, August 23 at 1805. We launched we entered into the moon. That was the first nation to go get inside the moon as a southern pole, and we landed it with very precisely. See, these are all has not happened very easily. The Chandrayaan-2 failure has given us lots of lessons learned, and that lesson learned would have been able to correct us in making our own moon to land on the proper precisely. So we are the 4th country to land on the moon. We are the first country to land on the southern. And when you try to see how the media has started approaching, first view. So the entire world was started seeing in India in different perspective. When we started doing a Chandrayaan-1, more than Chandrayaan-1, I think Chandrayaan-3 has given more potential. Why?
And the launch of India's India's space agency has successfully launched a rocket that will seek to land a robotic rover on the moon's south pole. Start with a historic mission to the moon and the launch of India's Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft.
India's space agency has just launched a rocket that will attempt to land a robotic rover on the moon. The Chandrayaan-3 mission aims to touch down on the moon's largely unexplored south pole.
See, this is the credibility what we have got after we landed on the moon. The world started seeing again India in a different perspective, how difficult but we have done it. And not only like I think Chandrayaan-3, I think we have made a Mars mission also in 2014. The first country in the world, first attempt we have launched. Russians has failed for 10 times and US has failed for 7 times. But in the first attempt we have launched and we have shown to the world we could be able to go to the Mars, something around 5,60,000 kilometers we need to travel. We couldn't be able to get a communications from the Mars, something 20 minutes it will take. If you give a hi, it takes a message to the moon orbiter and it's come back, it takes almost 20 minutes. We don't know in between what is going to happen also. But we really done that. And you see the cost of one Mars orbiter, something we got budget from the government is 400 crores. And 5,60,000 kilometers will be 400 crores. If you see per kilometer we charge only 8 rupees. Can you believe today Auto Wala will charge minimum 8 rupees? Nevertheless. but that is the technology we developed. See, you people are going to be a youth of our nation, and definitely I think these are all like a pioneer case studies how the ISRO has achieved it. We have lots of stories behind it, but you have to see the success rate and success rate, how the case study has come, how we have taken India in the top notch. So this is again Mangalyaan. I think I'll show you one video. And this is again 104 satellites we have launched with our one PSL with C-37. So maybe I think we have not seen, I think maybe only like Sachin Tendulkar or movie stars will eat 100 days movie or 100 century. But ISRO also has done in PSL C-37. Before us, I think Russia has done something 39 satellites. After them, we are the only country we have launched 104 satellites in one attempt. And that is also we have taken US based company satellites for something 93 satellites. But after that, now I think Elon Musk started launching 200 satellites or 400 satellites in his own rocket. But we have the capability of taking this many satellites. It might be like a small or big. We have done that and showed to the world. We are having that much of enhancement to take up huge satellites into the orbit. This is Chandrayaan 2. Maybe you would have seen so much of articles about lander, rover. So maybe I think when our journey started seeing from 1997 to 2023, I think there are so many pioneer achievements we have done. One is Chandrayaan 1. Another is Mangalyaan, another is Chandrayaan 2 and Chandrayaan 3, and also I think Aditya L1. You see our statistics, if you try to see, we started making a satellite somewhere around in the Rohini rocket, something 80 km to study the upper atmosphere. We crossed 600 km for studying remote sensing level, and we entered to 36,000 km, that is communication satellite put up. And again we entered into somewhere around 3,85,000 km to enter into the moon, and 5,60,000 km to Mars, and 15 lakh km to Sun. And that is the pioneer steps what ISRO has taken to travel along and long. And nevertheless, we have never failed. We have given all success rate because we take taxpayers' money. Maybe you are giving direct taxes or indirect taxes, but all the money comes to ISRO. And if it is very easy that we can make so much of attempt and we can give a failure and each launch vehicle something 500 crores or 1000 crores, I think we don't want to do that. That is the methodology of Indians. Same way, I think when you people, I think doing a college, I think the next 25 years is going to be very, very important. Now 77 years we have entered as an independent India. 2024, 2047 India is going to celebrate 100 years. What we really going to do? I think all are not going to become a chairman ISRO. All are not going to become a scientist. See, everybody have your own role. And everybody's role, I think, what ISRO has done it. ISRO has done a good leadership. What you have seen, I think it's the people like Satish Dhawan, people like Vikram Sarabhai, Abdul Kalam, our chairmen, all veteran chairmen, they are good in leadership in making our own organization in the pioneer one. The teamwork established not only just like that from only with the scientists, it starts with technicians. The ITA person who just screw the board, I think he takes proud that because today I have given a talk of making a rocket assembly, it is flying without any failure. He takes the proud. So that is the teamwork what we do. We do a dedications. See, almost all the people who lost their younger life by dedicating themselves to the space program. Otherwise, today happily we are sitting in the YouTube and seeing when the Chandrayaan 3 is landed, we see that there's something like they're saying even a Guinness World Record. None of the YouTube channel has gone to this much of view. ISRO's landing has achieved that because we are the country having 150 million people. Everybody started seeing. It's not seeing and clapping hands, putting command. It is something like we have to put ourselves as a patience and dedications to achieve anything. Today I have failed, I don't feel that that's all my life is done. I don't have any other opportunity. The world is wrapped with so much of opportunity. ISRO is also doing that. And you also have perseverance, which means anything you left it, again try to achieve that. All these are all the key words for our ISRO missions, each and every missions. Even recently we launched DSLV F-14, we have launched Instant 3DS, that is very important for weather monitoring. And each satellite we think is like a newborn baby and we have to put it to the rocket, the orbit by making the bigger rocket. So my role, I think we always see the quality of the rocket. If anything failed on the quality, today I am answerable for the entire people of nation. That is the proud moment we take and we make so much of dedications in making each and every rocket. So if you try to see, I think ISRO has not grown up just like that. I have shown you it has grown up with a bicycle, it has taken with the bullock cart of carrying the satellite. Today we have gone in the pioneer and today entire world is giving a red carpet for entire people of the nation, and it is because of only one, I think, obviously human asset. Again, the British people started seeing. Today, if you see, I think entire world, I think Indians are praised in that. You see, the UK Prime Minister is an Indian. I think Singapore Prime Minister is an Indian. You see, the CEO of Google, Microsoft, any number of players is an Indian. So the journey of Indians has started inside entire world. So it is a golden opportunity that is another 23 years. It is your period. You are going to make our country much more prouder. Whatever it is, I think you are going to make something like dedicated to the nation. It is not, I am going to use my own product where I am going to buy the Apple's phone, I am going to utilize it. It's money you are generating for the Apple, not for us. So think about how I can able to build up a Make in India product, how I can able to indigenize my own thinking for my country to develop. Another 23 years is my period. India has developed. There's one question was asked to Abdul Kalam by one kid. Sir, what is the positive or negative of our country? He said the positive of our country is youth like you people. The youth is going to develop our nation. He said the negative, if the youth is not having a vision, I think it's the biggest negative of our nation. So the vision is very, very important for all of us. And 23 years, when 2047, there's a flag hoist is going to happen at Red Fort. I think you all should be proud that I have done something for my nation so that today India is so proud. It is not becoming a superpower, it's not becoming economics in the top 3. That's something bigger we are going to achieve. The very important, prosperous nation, the happiest nation, that is very, very important. You have some 3 Audi cars, you have some 4 or 5 bungalows, you have some 10 AC, you are not going to get happy. The happiness will come only within you. When you serve for the nation, when you serve for the people, when you serve for the humanity, definitely you will get that happiness. So with the happiness, because the culture is inbuilt with us, our gene is having, you see the Chera, Chola, Pandya and so much of kingdom, they just like that they say, in Tamil they will say the Aram Saya Virumbu. That is the first word, anything they say Aram Saya Virumbu. They can say something Aram, which means like you always think to donate yourself. It can be a knowledge, it can be a wealth, it can be a money. So that should develop our India in a very prosperous way. So if you develop definitely in 2047, I think whatever we are going to make, that we can achieve. This is very one important, I think, as a technologist, as an engineering. Maybe today we are all seeing about the global warming, we are seeing about so much of climatic changes, how we are going to protect it. Maybe our Shivadana place also would have said about yesterday. Very important, I think, tomorrow, I think India is going to be survived because of you. It is not by something like a newer technology. Today, I think we are seeing every month, every 15 days, one cyclone is coming during monsoon season. It is not so happen. It's been suffered by you people. Cyclone or flood is in so happening. And definitely put it in your calendar next 8 years. Every day a cyclone also can come if you are not protecting our Mother's Earth. The protecting Mother's Earth is not that developer technology really required on the green energy base. Use always like the solar harvesting, wind energy, otherwise the hydrogen fuel cell. Invest your engineering knowledge for developing such a pilot. It is not only for you, it is for the global. The entire world is looking for moving towards the entire renewable energy technology. So don't focus something like an IT focused product or something. It's all going to be a time period, but real things are going to change in this because we have only one other Earth and we have one Earth. Carl Sagan, I think our planet is a lonely speck, is the great enveloping cosmic dot. In our perspective, in all this, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. It is ourselves, we need to develop our own Earth. It is not only like India, I think it is the entire nation. So with this, I will just conclude my presentation. See, we all love Abdul Kalam. How many of you hate Abdul Kalam? I think nobody. Because we have not seen Gandhi, we have not seen Vivekananda, but we have seen our people's president Abdul Kalam, sir. Because the pioneer, he became a missile man, he became a rocket man, he became a people's president. But after he came out of the presidency also, he started dedicating himself for the youth of our nation. Maybe he started addressing his last minute also with addressing the students, he lost his life. But when he became after the president, he started a program called Pura. Maybe it's nothing but providing a urban amenities in rural India. You have a good life facilities, you have a good restroom, you have a good waste management in the cities. What is happening really to the rural India? I think that is again a second step what we have to do. Being an engineer, I think we need to develop equality with both urban and rural life. It is not only city has to develop, it is not only mall has to be put up with so much of light in bringing up something around 8,000 units per day, but so much of villages is not even having electricity in that. How I can able to solve that issue? How I can able to bring my own country into the prosperous nation? My technology should go to the entire people, not only by the satellite, but other technology also. That's what I said. Everybody cannot become a chairman ISRO. Everybody is not going to be a doctor. Everybody has their own role. But your role, properly have a visionary in your thoughts and have a goal, and definitely you can achieve a lot. I think with that, I think thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I only want to say one. because such a bigger level conference is happening and so much of the veteran speakers are here. Utilize them. I think maybe we have not met our Vaskam sir very like after we joined also, because he is something like a golden egg for us. Because he was there as a project director for our first satellite, and he was announced vice chancellor, and he's a Padma Shri. But he's sitting along with you. Many of us would have not known. Today, Shah Rukh Khan or Salman Khan or Vijay is coming and sitting. Everybody will come, grab and take what nothing is. Only one selfie you will take and go. But you need to take, such a million people are there. Grab your knowledge, get an opportunity. Definitely in 2047, when we see our own country, I think you are going to be the next leader, and you are going to see our country in a very bigger way as a prosperous nation. Thank you so much.
Let us give a big standing ovation. Standing ovation, please. Everybody. Great.
Thank you so much, sir.
We have a video. Okay, one video I just want to show. This one. Maybe I think this is one how we have achieved Mangalayan mission. So.
देशवासियों, दुनिया भर की वैज्ञानिक जगत की फैकल्टी आज मॉम का मंगल से मिलन हो गया। आज मंगल को मॉम मिल गई।
Yeah. So this is what the history we have rewritten for Mangalyaan. But again, one important thing I have to share to the young people. See, I think last 3 years, I think we have done one project. Maybe yesterday we have seen Shodan Blazer and we have Vasan sir also was pioneering that. See, we have taken during COVID, I think everybody was inside and we don't know what really we are going to do. But Pillai sir asked, shall we take some science, rocket science, which is something people say, anything you want to do, you are doing something rocket science. So he said, I want to teach rocket science to the government children. We have selected some 500 students across Tamil Nadu. We have initiated our program in online mode. And from there, I think we started making them 500 to 250 and 250 to 125, 125 to 75 with the various level of screening. I think one Mr. Monica would be there in your thing. She is also one of that. Yeah, she's there. So from there, I think ultimately what we have done, at last we made 75 students from completely some 35 districts of 58 government schools. And the 75 students, first time I think 50 students have been taken to Russia. In their life journey, they got the first time the passport, first time their aeroplane journey, first time to Russia. That is also Russia just not for tourism. They went to Roscosmos. You see, I think this is where our Prime Minister has announced to the nation the 4 astronaut being selected and they went to the same Yuri Gagarin Center and they got trained up. Same if you see there, I think these children will be taken in October, I think 4th on World Space Week celebration. We have been there at Yuri Gagarin and they have also been there. So that is the proud moment that we are taking up today. See, anything you wanted, we can do it in this nation. Only you wanted a willpower and determination, hard work and confidence. It's one of the examples what we have done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And that was a powerful lecture toned with patriotic feel. அப்படியே ஒரு பூஸ்ட் குடிச்ச மாதிரி இருந்தது. I think students also agree with me. Yes? Yes. And we have been compelled to recall something like when you talk about the national integration in Tamil, கன்னியாகுமரியில ஒருத்தன் இருந்தானா காஷ்மீர்ல இருந்து மருந்து கொண்டு வருவானா அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So that becomes true after every successful launch of satellites. And dear students, if you want to make history, you should know our history. And that becomes true upon your voice. Thank you so much, sir.
Monica, when she met our president has gave 1.25 lakhs fees concession to her. So, this is the way our president is encouraging. Monica visited Russia along with the team. She was selected, so many selection procedure. She is going to be one of our scientists in the space field. Real rockets launch பண்ணவங்க ஒரு மாடல் வீட்டில் இருக்குமான்னு ஒரு சந்தேகம் தான். அதனால அவர் லான்ச் பண்ண ராக்கெட்ஸ் we made it in 3D printer and we are very happy and proud to present it to our scientists.
Thank you so much, sir. We have a short break. Let's break for tea and assemble after 5 minutes. 10 minutes. Refreshments are provided outside the auditorium. Thank you, sir, yourself.